You are listening to an interview with a featured Pride of Dakota member.
Hi, this is Sarah Kelch, and today I'm sitting down with Scott Wild and Cheryl Woodcock with Farmer Tillies Dog Treats. Welcome.
Thank you.
Hello.
So I hear you have a new product you'd like to talk about.
I do. I have come up with a pumpkin treat that is basically it's pumpkin, rice flour, cinnamon, molasses, and baking powder, and the dogs love them so far.
A pumpkin treat.
Mm-hmm.
Very cool.
Mm-hmm.
So how'd this come about?
When I was in Fargo, I had a customer come up and ask if I had any pumpkin treats because her dog is supposed to be eating pumpkin, and I didn't. And I thought to myself, January is kind of a slow time of the year. And so I sat down and did some research and decided to come up with something and tried a few different things and found one that my animals liked and started passing them out. And
so that's weird. What are the health benefits to pumpkin?
I was just gonna ask. Okay, a dog that is supposed to be eating pumpkin.
Yeah, right. Well, pumpkin is really good for upset stomachs.
Oh, okay.
And it's good for weight loss. But one of the biggest benefits is it actually works two ways for dogs. If your dog has constipation or diarrhea issues, It works for both of that, which seems weird because it's one product that can help with both. But another thing is it's got beta carotene, so it's good for their eyes. It's got vitamin K, which is good for bone and tissue, and vitamin C and E, which is an antioxidant.
Wow.
That's crazy. That's
very cool.
Totally.
And
I made it stocked with everything there.
Right.
All I heard was pumpkin equals weight loss.
Yeah.
So I'm writing that down. Pumpkin pie diet.
Yes.
No, not pumpkin pie. This is just plain pumpkin.
Darn it. I was trying to write a new book.
But I have to tell you
Pumpkin
that
pie
they don't taste too bad. I've actually eaten them myself.
Well, yeah.
So how do you work with a pumpkin? I mean, I'm just thinking how hard they are to carve and how do you go about processing?
Well, these pumpkins I got around after Halloween. They had been setting out, and I threw them in the freezer, which actually is a benefit because then after I take them out, they thaw, and you kind of like filleting a fish. You just kind of roll the pumpkin meat right out of the shell.
Oh, sure.
Wow.
Then I had this huge roaster that I had full of pumpkin and put it in the oven and baked it, and then it has to be pureed.
Okay.
And then from there you use it.
So this is how you make, you have like a commercial kitchen that you make all of these treats in, or, tell us about the process of how you go ahead and make these treats, and do you have molds and, do certain treats, process differently or have to dry or cool or whatever differently?
They do have to bake differently. I don't have a commercial kitchen. These are made right in my kitchen. I have a lot of commercial equipment, which means my kitchen is pretty full of stuff. I have cookie cutters for some. The wheat treats work good with cookie cutters.
Yeah.
The rice treats, I have to use a cookie press, actually, like a spritz maker. That's what I make my rice treats with, because I've tried the cookie cutters. They don't work because rice doesn't have the gluten in like the wheat does. So
Sure.
you have to use something different. So I did a lot of experimenting, and
Sure.
I just found that the cookie press works really good for the rice treats. And I tried to make these without anything in them that, because there's a lot of dogs out there that have allergies to dairy products or have allergies to like chicken or meat products. So like there's no eggs in it. So a dog who has an allergy to a chicken or some of those products, this should be a pretty basic treat.
Sure.
That would not only be good for them, but also taste good.
Sure. So besides the pumpkin, what else went into this?
Rice flour, which I grind my own rice.
Okay.
Cinnamon, molasses, and baking powder.
Oh, wow. So, and you obviously it's almost like being a chef for dogs, where you kind of know what certain qualities each thing brings, whether the molasses brings the sweet or, the rice flour brings, are there certain qualities that you're looking for? Or?
Well, something for sure, you have to come up with something that a dog is going to want to eat.
Sure.
And you have to try to think about things that are going to be good for them. There are dogs out there that can't have wheat products or some of the other grains because of the gluten problems.
Yeah.
So rice is really a popular one to use, and it's affordable. And just, I put the cinnamon in because it gives it kind of a good flavor, and And the cinnamon actually is, kind of like with people, it's actually got a little bit of a benefit for animals.
Yep.
And the molasses is for a little sweetness, but it's a wholesome kind of sweetness, not sugar.
Right. Do you find that maybe like with certain dogs, we talk about dog allergies. Not everyone goes and takes their dog to get tested for allergies. Do you think that like if a dog is hyper or if a dog is, restless or whatever, that there may be things going on with the diet that people that go undiagnosed? That
It's possible. A lot of times with dog allergies, though, you see ear infections, repeated ear infections, or a lot of licking.
Yeah.
That kind of thing. Real itchy skin. That usually is a sign of dog allergies. But certainly there are things like with people.
Yep.
That certain foods cause certain events in dogs that can cause you. And if you don't take them in, it's just something like you may think, well, they're just licking because it's that time of year. There are dogs out there that actually have allergy shots, just like people, because they have non-seasonal allergies or they get really bad during seasonal allergy time, and they get allergy shots just like people.
So have you introduced the pumpkin treats then? Are they on the market?
They are going to start being on the market at KT Animal this week. I sent them in for analysis so I can finish out my labels. And I was going to announce that the first 100 people that send me an email to my email account are going to get a free sample of my treats.
And what is that email?
You have to send me your mailing address to countryziggy@yahoo.com.
Okay.
And I want to send out 100 of them.
That's exciting.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I mean, what a great way to get the sample out there and get the word of mouth going.
It's a good way to get people, give them a chance to test it out.
And then, of course, when you send them the sample, you would appreciate it if they would send you feedback.
Right.
Excellent. Great idea.
Yeah.
And people can find out more. You're on Facebook, correct?
I am on Facebook. Yep. And I also have a website. They aren't on the website yet because they're so new, but I plan to get them on there probably this week yet too.
Okay. And why don't you give us your Facebook?
Facebook is, you can just look up Farmer Tillies.
Farmer Tillies.
And on my dog treats.
Awesome. And your website address?
www.farmertillies.com. farmertillies.com.
And that's TILLIES?
Yes.
Okay.
.com.
Excellent.
Awesome. Well, it's been fun having you on. Exciting
Thank you.
new product.
Yes.
Good luck.
Good luck.
To learn more about this featured Pride of Dakota member, visit our website, prideofdakota.com. To become a featured Pride of Dakota member, send an email to prideofdakota@gmail.com. To listen to the full podcast of North Dakota Now, click on the podcast link on our website, prideofdakota.com. Thanks for listening.